Here we are today with solving mixed quadratic solving. So we have all kinds of different quadratics given to us in different approaches, and we have to choose the right method. All of the methods, though, deal with setting one side of the equation equal to 0. That's key. And we have several different approaches available to us. We can factor. We can GDC and find the x-intercept. We can use our GDC to help in factor. Or we could also use our GDC to do polysmalt. All these are viable scenarios. I want you to now pause the video and try all three of them on your own if you haven't tried yet, and then watch and see if you have it correct. So here I go. I'm going to change to blue because I like blue. This one here, I'm going to make one side equal to 0 by bringing everything over. Make sure you get your signs correct. So this is a negative 48 equal to 0. And this one's fairly straightforward. I'm going to factor this. I know this is x and this is x. By now you may have done the shortcut where you ask yourself what two numbers multiply to get 48 and subtract to get negative 2. And when you do that, you get negative 8 and positive 6 equal to 0. And yes, you could do the x and get negative 48 squared and negative 2x. And then you're going to get, again, you're going to get the negative 8 and the 6x. And that's what ends up in here when there's a 1 in front. Solving this, I know x minus 8 is 0. So x equals 8. X equals, just jumping right to it, negative 6. And we got that. We've been doing this a lot, so we often go straight to our solution. And so for this first one, I think it's just as easy to factor this because the numbers all work out really nicely, and it's just as easy as anything else. Our next one, though, we have this scenario. We have an a value of 3. I can factor this. Nowhere here says I can't use my calculator, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to use polysmalt for this one. Well, the fact that it's so far away, maybe I'll bail from polysmalt. Let's see. Finding it, coming there. Oh, no. There it is. And so I'm going to do polyroot finder. Next, and it's 3, 1, negative 1. Solve that, and I get that messy scenario there. I'm going to double check, make sure I put in the values correct. 3, 1, negative 1. And the answers are x is equal to 0, negative 0.768. And x is equal to 0.434. That's using polysmalt. I could also go and graph it. Here's my graph. I'm going to go second trace, and I'm going to find the zeros. And I'll find the one here on the negative one first. So we'll make my left bound negative 2, 0. And we'll guess it at negative 1. And again, from the graph, I get that. And if I go to the other side, I should also get exactly the same thing. Now, I'm doing this fairly quickly. I expect you to try it yourself to make sure that you can do it. And again, that's the second one. And if I'm showing the graphical solution, I'm showing a graph and I'm labeling this to be the negative 7 and this one to be that. This scenario here, it will not factor nicely, not factor with integers. So we have to use our calculator. Last one, third question. This one I have two different approaches to do. I could, I have many more than two. I could make this y1 and this y2 find the intersection. That's one approach. I could put in everything to one side of the equation, make it x minus 3 squared minus 9 equals 0. Graph this and find the intercepts. I could graph it. I could expand this, expand and see what happens. And if I find my x, but there's another approach that I can do, and it's unique when I have this square thing here. And I'm going to show you this unique method here, which only works when I have like an x minus 3 squared or an x plus 2 squared. All right, so if that is the case, how do I undo squaring? To undo a square, I take it and I square root a number. Square root both sides. But when I square root, I introduce a plus or minus. So the left-hand side then becomes x minus 3, while the right-hand side becomes plus or minus square root of 9 is 3. Well, then x, I add 3, I get plus or minus plus 3. And so x is equal to plus 3 is 6, or x is equal to minus 3 plus 3, which is 0. And these are my two x-intercepts, my two solutions. And it only works when I have a really nice perfect square here, x minus 3 squared equal to a number. And you can do that quick little method there. That's it for solving mixed quadratic functions. Choosing the right approach is key.